Today on DockSide TV, we're going to show you guys how to catch nice speckled trout using the Matrix Minnow hard bait. Stay tuned for this episode of DockSide TV using jerk baits for speckled trout.
Back above, but what do we want? Seems so insignificant, but no one really knows what's going on. The other side is rough.
There he is. There he is.
It's insanity. It's insanity.
Matrix Minnow at the marsh cricket. I'm going to show you how to work it. I'm going to throw it up to the bank. You just got to twitch, 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 pause it. Twitch, 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 pause. You're just walking the dog under the water. Right now we found a canal that's full of pogies. And in the fall time, when you find pogies, and that's what they're feeding on, these suspended jerk baits like the Matrix Minnow right here are hard to beat. And pausing it is the key. You put your rod tip down. You want to use the slack to your advantage. Twitch, twitch, twitch. Let a little bit of slack in it. And a lot of times they'll straighten all that slack out when it's sitting there. One thing you don't want to forget at home when you're fishing with these Matrix Minnows is your pliers. Those hooks are very sharp. There's 2 sets of trebles, so 6 very sharp hooks. You want to be very careful because these will get caught up in your hand very easily. Oh, nice one for the box. These fish will stay on this jerkbait bite all the way through the winter until it just gets too cold. There he is. That one hit it before I even started retrieving it. Another keeper. Usually what these hard baits are known for is yielding bigger trout. Obviously this isn't the grandmother out the bunch, but nevertheless a keeper. We'll take it, but that's why you fish the hard baits, is to produce bigger bites, bigger strikes. We came in here yesterday and really caught some fine fish, you know, up to 20, 21 inches, which has been really big for here lately. We're just going down this shoreline here and they're in patches. You'll go 10 minutes without a bite and then catch 3 in a row. And they're really favoring these suspended jerk baits right now. That's definitely been the key. There he is. I paused it, saw the slack go even further in my line. Knew that was a fish that just grabbed it and pushed it out. Oh, lost that one at the boat. And not good. That was a nice fish. that one shake his head. Didn't lose that one. Needle sharp hooks out of there. That's the key right here, guys. See the little bit of grass I just caught in that lure? The bait and those fish are hanging around that grass, and that is the secret to targeting speckled trout in the Pontchartrain Basin and a lot of basins during the fall. Here's another fish right here. You've got to be on grass around here this time of year until it gets cold enough and they station on the bridge. Another good fish. And that is what's hanging out in that grass. Good quality. Whoa, watch them fingers. I've caught one of these in the hand before. It's not fun. There we go. I'm going to talk about what kind of rod you want to use when you're fishing these small jerk baits. Now this one that we make at matrixshad.com is only like a 3 3¼ inch lure. Okay, it's pretty light. I can throw it with a bait caster, but for people that aren't avid bait caster fishermen, I would recommend a spinning reel. They're pretty light, especially if you're throwing into the wind. Now what I do when I'm jerkbait fishing is I drop down on my line size. You know, at Matrix Shad we manufacture a 17-pound and a 14-pound mono. I would go with the 14-pound mono. What I have on right now though, I drop all the way down to a 12-pound fluoro. Usually when I'm using these jerkbaits, it's pretty clean water, and I like fluoro. I feel like it can give you a little bit of an advantage. So that's the setup for right now. Medium, the rod I'm using is a 6'3", medium light. It's got a fast tip. That way I can whip this little lure out there. Today we left late due to one reason. I wanted to fish a little bit later and let this approaching front get a little bit closer. I'm sure you've heard this a million times, that fish bite right before a cold front is approaching or some kind of storm system. And the reason for that is because the barometric pressure on the barometer, it starts falling, and those fish can feel that. And they know when the pressure starts falling, usually that means a weather system's come into play, and it may hinder their feeding abilities for the next 2 days. So they're gonna gorge themselves as they feel that front or weather system approaching. And that going a little bit later has definitely worked out for us today. Reel in right there. That one was way off the bank. Oh, little Jack Crevalle. Telling you guys, this thing catches everything. They call these cluckers. Small jacks. And that is why. You hear them clucking? They also call this a dangerous situation because of all these troubles. Get this little guy back in the water, he's messing up our trout fishing. A lot of fish on this Matrix minnow though. Still holding strong, busting up the paint job a little bit, but we'll take it to catch some fish. I mean, it's every cast. Went from caught a redfish, a trout, and a Jack Crevalle all in the same 3 casts. Good fish. I can see that lure hanging out his mouth. Oh. Got him now. A lot of times when that lure's just barely hanging out his mouth, you know you're running a risk of losing him. It's not a bad idea to net these fish, but what happens when you net fish with these jerk baits, it gets caught up all up in the net, and it can cut into your fishing time as you're digging these treble hooks out the net. Another nice trout. We had him hooked in the lip, but when he flipped in the boat, one of them sharp trebles that I keep talking about how dangerous they are, hemmed him up in the stomach. Look at this, another Jack Crevalle. Look at that. Crazy. Usually in the Pontchartrain Basin, when you do bump into a Jack, it's a freight train, and it's going to take you 45 minutes to land him. But these little rascals, which is kind of a rarity around here, the good thing about them is they only take you about 20 seconds to reel in. You can get them back out in the water and get your lure back out for the speckled trout. That's a good one. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. Got one pulling back here. Oh, it's a little red. Oh, he's fighting hard. A little red. It's amazing how them redfish fight so much harder. So, as you can see, whoa, whether you're fishing for trout, redfish, or bass, the Matrix Minnow is a must-have during the fall months. Go ahead and let this little red go. I hope you picked up some good tips on just how to work a suspended jerkbait and some techniques of how to use it during this time of the year. As you can see how effective it is. Make sure to check out all of our DockSide TV hard bait episodes. Simply YouTube search DockSide TV Matrix Minnow or DockSide TV hard baits. We have plenty of them out there, including this one. Until next time, good fishing. Make sure to stay up to date with all of our DockSide TV episodes. Simply hit the subscribe button right here on your YouTube channel. Stay up to date with all of the action going on around the surrounding areas as we catch multiple species of fish, from trout to bass to redfish, flounder, and even crappie. Make sure to hit the post notification button also, which will allow you to know when our next and freshest DockSide TV episodes are uploaded.